I see the comments. How do you afford to travel? Who is paying for this? She must be privileged. I don't come from money. I don't have rich parents. I don't have a rich boyfriend footing the bill. I don't have crazy credit card debt. I don't have any of those things. And I also haven't worked in a year. So let's talk about it. OMG. Are we really doing this? I think we're doing this. Okay. How is hair looking? Cute. All right. Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. This video is a little different. I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet to the best of my capabilities. But I have been seeing a lot of comments lately on my vlogs about how I get to travel and what do I do for work and remote work jobs and things like that. And I don't want to keep ignoring them, so I just want to do this video, lay everything to rest, because this summer, y'all, is about to be crazy. So I just want to get ahead of it because y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Now, again, I don't want this video to be super long because it's unnecessary, but I don't have a job, y'all. Really, I wake up every day and just like, it depends on my mood for the day, what I'm doing. Most days I just go out to eat, reading, or I'm chilling, I'm on the phone, like, you know, or I decide to do something. Like I was just on a yacht on a random Tuesday. I don't work. I haven't worked in over a year. And I know y'all are like, okay, but how? So let's get into it. So I've been an entrepreneur since I was 17. What I'm about to tell y'all is not meant to be a short story. And I know y'all gonna have so many questions, but it's going to be a short story today. Okay, so I'm just going to give y'all the meats and potatoes of it. So I've been an entrepreneur since I was 17. That was over 10 years ago. Do your math. And at the age of 20, I opened up a hair storefront in my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. The storefront didn't work out, y'all. So for the next 3 years, I went back to working for the man. And I was very depressed. I was very unhappy. I was broke. I've always been used to making my own money and, you know, just doing my own thing, getting into the bag since I was literally a kid. So that was different. A little bit of context from the past, otherwise the present will not make sense. So I got fired twice in 1 year. I was serving and I was bartending, and I literally got fired. I was great at my job, but they was hating on you, girl. So I got fired, and that like truly lit a fire under me. And I was like, you know what? I don't like the fact that these people can wake up and decide they're going to stop my bag, and my bag is stopped. That really bothered me. It just didn't sit right in my spirit. So I was like, you know what? F that. I'm never getting another job again. And to this day, I have not had another job, and that was 6 years ago. So fast forward, I was like, you know what? My store didn't work out. I need to understand why that didn't work out. I need to truly educate myself. I need to really decide what type of businesswoman I'm going to be and how to be the businesswoman I want to be, you know? So I became obsessed with learning. And you guys have seen my dad in a lot of my vlogs by now, and my dad is truly my heart, because if it was not for him, I would not be where I am today. And I say that for many, many reasons, but one of the most prominent reasons is because my dad allowed me to stay with him, get back on my feet, be broke, and figure it out. Like, he was like, no pressure. Like, you have done so many incredible things at such a young age that take all the time you need to do what you need to do. Don't worry about me. You know, I didn't have the pressure of like a parent telling me, well, you need to go to school, or you need to go get a job so you can pay these bills and get out of my house and da 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 da. I didn't move out until I was 23 years old, y'all. And that was the year I moved to Houston. So let's summarize. Got fired, became super obsessed with business and learning and reading and going to seminars and conventions and buying courses and classes and YouTube, university. Like, literally, I was so obsessed. I became a beast. I became like Google itself. I became this engine of so much information, but now it was time to put this information into practice. So I became really, really good at e-commerce, y'all. And e-commerce is my heart. I love online business. I love all things branding and marketing and psychology of people. Like, that's my jazz, okay? You know, I became really good at that, and I started teaching other people, and I started mentoring people. So 2019, I moved to Houston. 2020, I started a mentorship program. And from 2020 through 2021, literally over the course of 15 months, mentored over 900 people that wanted to start an online business. One thing I would say is sometimes when you just going, and you're constantly setting new goals to hit, more money to make, you don't really realize that your life is not only passing you by, but you haven't taken inventory and checked in with yourself. Like, is this actually what I want to do? Am I on a path where I eventually want to be? I never took the time to stop and do that. I just remembered being so passionate and being like so grateful to have the opportunity to teach other people how to do what I was doing, because I was doing it so well. And those people were seeking me out as well, you know. Y'all know me as Jasmine Giselle on this channel, but 1 year ago, Jasmine Giselle didn't even exist. The world knows me as Jazz Anye. It sounds so weird to say. I didn't realize that particular era in my life was kind of just chipping away at me. Like little by little, I was just being chipped away. Like literally, there's like I don't know what that tool is called, the little hammer and the little arrow thing on the end. You just chipping away at something. A chisel. Is it a chisel? I think it's a chisel. But I was just being chiseled little by little, and I didn't realize, because I was just trying to serve, and I was trying to do what God put on my heart to do, and I was trying to help people, and I was so focused on helping everyone else, I didn't take the time out to take a look at myself and see how unhappy I was and how overwhelmed and overworked I was. And, you know, I wasn't doing any of the things that I love to do anymore. I wasn't all that cheerful. I was extremely obsessed with just making money. One thing your girl know how to do is make some money. You know, at one point in my life, I was making over $200,000 a month. You know, I became a millionaire at 24 years old. You know, sometimes you guys comment and like ask me if I could do a video on budget travel and, you know, how to find cheap flights, and I don't feel that it would be authentic or it would be fair for me to touch on those things if that's not kind of how I live. No shade against people who budget travel, baby. Go out and see the world. But I am not a budget traveler. Feel that I do a healthy balance of luxury accommodations, but also getting the local cultural experience. But anyways, I stopped mentoring, and now let's fast forward to 2022. So fun fact is, I didn't get my passport until 2022. I didn't get my passport until I was 26 years old. Okay, y'all definitely know how old I am now. Like, do the math. The math is mathy. I didn't get my passport until I was 26, and the reason for that is because there was no one around me that was going out the country. My dad traveled a lot for work, but outside of him, none of my friends at home or family, none of my family has a passport outside of my dad and like my aunties. That's it. You know, so I didn't have a desire to go because there was no one around me that was doing that. But finally, one of my friends invited me out the country, and I was like, all right, I got to get this passport, baby. That one trip, y'all, in 2022 changed everything for me. That's when I opened my eyes and I was like, you know what, there's a whole world out here. And if y'all want to know where I went to Mexico, of course. You know, as U.S. citizens love Mexico. I went to Acapulco, though, and it was just such a great trip. And then that's when I was kind of just like, wow, I like how I feel here. I like how happy I am. I like how stress-free I am. I want to live like this, you know. So I started joining all these Facebook groups, and I started seeing other people move. And I was like, wait, we could move out the country? Like, what? How? You know? And I swear, y'all know how these algorithms is. Once you think something or watch one little video, all of a sudden you're going to keep seeing things that aligns with that thing. So that was all up and down my timeline of just seeing people leave the U.S. and live their best lives. But once I started seeing black people, oh, how we do this? How we get this done? Because I think that's what I need. And 2022 was one of the hardest years of my life for so many different reasons. Financially, mentally, emotionally, romantically. It was just a very hard year for me. And I was like, I gotta do something different, because if I don't do something different, I'm not gonna make it. And this is just me being 100% transparent with y'all. I would not be here if I didn't leave the U.S. I wouldn't be here. And I love the fact that I've started documenting my journey of leaving because y'all get to see me in like such a different light than what I look like 2 years ago, a year ago, honestly. So once I decided that it was time to leave, you know, it was like how? Like how I'm gonna make money, where I'm gonna live, what I'm doing with all my stuff, and all these things. I had so much stuff, y'all. Like it's very interesting when you have your ego death because you can instantly see when someone hasn't had theirs. And before I had my ego death, I was so infatuated with things, you know, things that held no meaning, things that had no real value outside of their dollar amount. So it's very interesting to just see that transition. Now, don't get me wrong, baby. Your girls still like nice things. Okay, I'm not saying I don't, but I don't tie my worth to it anymore. And I never would have been able to admit that that is what I was doing in the first place had I not left. You know, so I wanted to give you guys a little backstory. But how I afford to travel whenever, wherever without working is because I decided I needed to take a year and step back. I needed to take a year to myself. I needed to take a year to stop thinking about business and stop trying to help and teach and educate people and help them with their business. And I'm not even coming from a place that I am good. That's the best way to explain it. I wasn't good at all. And I am giving away parts of myself I haven't even given to me. So in the midst of me becoming extremely gifted when it came to e-commerce was me being able to build a store, scale that store, sell that store. You know, so think of real estate, but digital real estate. And I just been living off my savings. There is no one sponsoring me. There is no crazy credit card debt. There is no extreme points strategy that I have. Like, girl, whoever wants to sponsor me, baby, please hurry up and get here. Like, please. You know, it's been a year. I'm grateful and extremely blessed to be in a position where I had that opportunity to do that. Who you know can take a year off and just travel and chill and wake up and decide what they want to do with their day. I don't know many people like that. Even my friends who are extremely financially comfortable and financially stable and wealthy, whatever you want to call it, they don't have the time freedom. And that's what I realize is important to me. It's not just the financial freedom, the time freedom. And I don't know how I'm going to go back. I think about it all the time. I'm like, you've done a complete 180 with your life. How are you going to go back to working crazy hours, hiring people, managing a team, you know, balancing business and your work-life balance? Like how? I don't know. I'm still figuring it out because eventually your girl has to go back to work. I got to get back to it. It's been a year, baby. It can't last forever. You know, I ain't that good. We ain't there yet. We not there yet to where I could just never work again. So I'm gonna have to figure some things out. I have things that I need to assess and decide on my end, but I definitely wanted to share my story with y'all. I recently made the decision to get back on Instagram. I've been off for like a year. I'll link my Instagram down below and also my old website if y'all want to take a look at my previous life. I think my Instagram may be private right now. It may be public by the time y'all see this video. We'll see. But if it is private, it will be public soon. I'm so grateful. I wouldn't change a thing. I lied. There's a few things I would change now, knowing what I know now. But I have helped so many people. I have changed so many people's lives. And I think that in the midst of it was worth it. You know, it was worth it. Oh, and I didn't make the announcement yet, y'all, but I started taking calls too. So I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I'll be honest, because girl, once I leave the States, which I'm leaving next week, y'all, stay tuned for the vlogs. We are going to be back outside. So if you do want to book a call, maybe you're thinking about leaving, maybe you have travel questions, nothing business related, y'all. This is not that type of call. We don't do those type of calls no more. Not at this time. I'll leave all the links and stuff in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed my little story and we could put these questions to bed. I refuse to talk about money on this channel. I've had a channel for that. She's taking a break right now. I don't want to discuss money. I enjoy sharing my life experiences with y'all. That's why I started this channel, to just fall back in love with creating content and just do what I want to do. And I don't want to talk about money anymore, so we are not. I just want to leave off by saying I have worked extremely hard for everything that I have accomplished in this life. And now I just want to live soft. Well, I got my little notebook, y'all. I stayed on topic. I'm proud of myself. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please comment down below and let me know what you think. Stay tuned for the vlogs, y'all. They are coming. And also live streams. I want to talk to y'all in real time, so those are coming too. Adios.